Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I hope you enjoyed the music. It looks a bit nippy outside the windows here at Canary Wharf, so if you're going out now, dress up very warm. Don't be deceived by the sunshine. When the car was invented way back in 1885 by one Carl Benz, whose company ended up being called Mercedes-Benz, it was quite a new innovation. There are now 1.6 billion cars in the world today. So you never know what's going to come from an invention. And my first guest on this program today, in order to challenge our minds, is Hemant Rohera, who is a pioneering force in healthcare innovation. His renowned expertise in electronics research, medical technology, and product development is respected throughout India, and very soon it will be throughout the world. He's the driving force behind Rohera Healthcare. He has championed the creation of advanced medical devices that address the ever-changing needs of the healthcare sector. His impressive portfolio of patients and commitment to groundbreaking research have earned him international recognition, positioning him as a leading entrepreneur and influencer in modern medicine. Remember when you go for that famous MRI scan? Well, that too, like the car, started with someone like Hemant Rohera. Let's talk to him now. Let's go over to Mumbai, in fact, where it's slightly warmer, and talk to the inventor and the medical expert, Hemant Rohera. Good morning, Hemant.
Good morning to you, sir.
Now, when you hear about me talking about things like the invention of the MRI scan, or indeed the car by Carl Benz, does it give you goosebumps as someone who is in the forefront of medical research? Do you think, my goodness, one of the products that I produce might end up like that?
Maybe a couple of years back it used to, but now, no. I've done a deep research. I've gone through a lot of pain, and now it doesn't give me a goosebump.
Because you lead this company. There are other people doing the research. They are the nitty-gritty of the scientists who, maybe some of them with white coats, work in your research laboratories all over India, because you are obviously a big figure in India. When do you know that you've suddenly got that piece of equipment that's going to change the lives of the listeners of Leica Radio? When do you get that feeling, this is it? How long does it take from idea to final product?
So we started this way back in 2015. In 2017, our prototypes were ready. In 2018, we started trials within the closed circuit family. We got fantastic results. We loved the way it was working. And 2020, we got into a commercialization story.
Now, obviously, it's important to differentiate between something that just comes out and something that's been there for a very long time, like an MRI scanner. But tell us the amount of people who would be involved in developing a new product of this kind. It's obviously not just the person who has the idea. How many people are involved in something like this?
So we have a team of 13 people, 13. Most of them are doctors. We are around 2 or 3 engineers. So I come from the engineering background.
Your particular company, Hemant, Rohera Healthcare, has contributed to the advancement in medical technology with other products that you produced. How do you know how many people have been affected for better as a result of the work that you all have done over the years? Do you ever keep count of the number of people you touch?
Yeah, it's not about just selling a product or prescribing a product. We actually monitor the patient's daily health benefits, like whether he's actually benefiting or no, whether we need to change the program, we need to give him a better program. We do a combination of some kind of diet and device. Like this device is about correcting electrical parameter of the human body. So all we know is body is not just electrical, it's about a combination of electrical and chemical. So when we do both a combination, we aren't hospital, we are a medical device company. So to remain safe, we give a proper diet plan to a patient, we give a proper advice to how to use and when to use the device, which program to use in the device. We monitor the benefits and we make sure that the patient is benefiting.
Last question in this section before we take a break. We come back and talk about your latest product, which I have myself been used as a guinea pig on, I have to tell the listeners of Leica Radio, and I'm I'm still happily alive. Just on your achievements so far, if you had a roll call of your achievements of Rohera Healthcare, what would they be? What would be the top three?
See, I have more than 20,000 satisfied patients. When I say satisfied patients, people have benefited. Like, we are in regular touch with those patients and we counsel them every day. I have my 20 clinical trials done in various hospitals. Those are published in more than 17 medical publications and 3 more are pending in process of getting published. I have my FDA and CDSO license in place where the government has already approved this product as a medical device and can be used in any hospital, clinic or by any patient. So I call this an achievement that yes, I have satisfied patients with all tick marks in place.
This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm talking to Hemant Rohera, the founder of Rohera Healthcare, a visionary innovator with 29 years of expertise in electronics research and development. A fascinating subject, of course, for Sunday morning. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the latest product, eMedica, which you can't get in the UK at the moment. So you'll need to hang on and hear more. Join me after the break.
The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm speaking to Hemant Rohera, the founder of Rohera Healthcare, a visionary innovator with 29 years of experience in electronics research and development. Now, we should tell the listeners that when I last went over to Mumbai, you showed me some of this equipment. And just to tell the listeners, you cannot get this in the UK as yet. It hasn't been approved by the necessary authorities, though it has been in India. This new device, the eMedica device, what exactly does eMedica do?
eMedica is all about correcting the electrical parameters of the body. So if you go to any doctor, any hospital, they prescribe you medications based on your health parameters, which you look into your blood reports. eMedica is correcting the electrical parameters of the human body has been ignored so far. Although it's part of the medical book science that our entire body is electrified, each cell in the human body carries electric charge. So what eMedica is doing is correcting the electrical parameters of the human body by infusing electrons, microcurrent and frequency.
So in a sense, it's a bit like going to hospital or going to a medical center and attaching yourself to a piece of equipment and then getting treated. But in this particular case, you don't have to go anywhere, do you? Because this comes home.
Yes, this comes home. So you can do a combination of chemical and electrical, where a chemical benefits you 50%, 60%, 70%. I can guarantee you a combination of chemical and electrical will give you 100% results, or above 95% results.
And you yourself have got patents for this in India, because when something is invented of this kind, in order to stop other people copying it, you get what's called an intellectual property patent. How many patents have you got covering this product so no one can, in effect, steal it from you?
I have block patents in approximately 100 odd countries. I have already awarded patents in Europe. I have awarded patents in US for the same product. I have awarded patents in Japan, in India, in Australia, in Canada, in UAE, and few other countries.
Now, you told us exactly what the process is, how people can use this equipment at home or go to hospitals. What is the outcome? For example, for someone like me with diabetes, how would I benefit from having a piece of equipment of this kind if it was approved in this country for sale?
Right. So I myself am diabetic and I'm using this device for past 4 years, which is reduced my medicine dosage to an extreme level, almost nil. A common problem of a diabetic individual is insulin resistance, where you intake a medicine, but the medicine does not reach the cell. You'll end up increasing the dosage of the medicine and still you don't get benefits. Your HbA1c still remains high. While I infuse electrons, which helps you regain your electrical parameters, I infuse a microcurrent which burns the fat in and around the cell and improves the uptake of insulin, where in case I use this device, I might see my sugar levels going down by 50 to 100 points just in 30 minutes of usage, or max 60 minutes of usage in 1 hour without intaking any kind of chemical.
Yeah. I mean, we hear a lot. Last week, we had someone talking to us about AI and how you could develop new equipment for that. How much is your work in competition with or aware of the enormous developments that are occurring going on AI?
So this device, what I showcased you in Mumbai during your Mumbai visit, I am coming up with a wearable device which is going to be monitoring and healing at the same platform, which will have a AI and machine learning platform on it. Say, for example, in case my sugar levels go above 150, 160, my blood sugar level, it will switch on the device by its own, infuse microcurrent electrons and a specific frequency which activates my beta cell and other cells in the pancreas. So it would be a combination of healing and monitoring on the same platform, which would be again tailor-made for with AI and machine learning process. This wearable device, which is healing and monitoring, getting developed, it should be out in the market in a couple of months.
Obviously, you've got to get all this stamped and approved in the UK before you start selling the products here. And you have to go through a process. Everyone has to go through this process. But what's been so fascinating learning about the processes of how you get equipment rubber stamped and as part of the health service of a nation is the fact you're an engineer and you went into an engineering background. And many people associate engineers with building bridges, building cars, doing, Airbuses. They don't actually think of them in terms of equipment of this kind. What's your advice to aspiring engineers and entrepreneurs?
I'll tell you, you go to any hospital, you go to any clinic, all medical devices, let it be a ECG device, let it be a X-ray machine, let it be a CT scan device or anything else, is built by a biomedical engineer. No devices are developed by a doctor. Definitely doctors and researchers are part of the research, but an engineer like me is one who develops these devices, let it be any biomedical device in the hospital or in the clinic. So I have a background with 6 patents on my name globally, 4 patents awarded in US, in Japan, in Eurasia, in Europe, you name the country and I have a patent there. I have been involved in developing various equipments, not just this medical device till date, but developed more than 90 different equipments till date.
Hemant, it's been a pleasure talking to you. You have woken me up on Sunday morning with these incredible inventions. The next time that I go into a hospital or I see any medical equipment of this kind, I will certainly take my cap off and recognize the work that has been done, not just by the doctors and the nurses standing in front of us, but by those who have developed and created these machines. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the hard work that you and your incredible team put into the production of this equipment. We always ask our special guests to choose a song that means something special to them and to dedicate it to someone special. Which song would you like to choose, and who would you like to dedicate it to?
I would dedicate it to the world. I would say there's a song by Raj Kapoor from India, Ek Din Mit Jayega Mati Ke Mol, Jag Mein Reh Jayege Pyare Tere Bol. So I pray God that this device should be in use with mankind, help everybody across me. I have been gifted. I need to give something back to the society. So I would love to dedicate this song to everybody.
That's a very wonderful thought for us to take away this Sunday morning. Thank you for joining us. Have a fabulous Mumbai Sunday, and we look forward to seeing you in the UK.
Thank you, Mr. Vaz. Thank you for inviting me on this platform. My best wishes to the listeners of Laika Radio. Thank you. This is Hemant Rohera from Mumbai.
एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। तुझे के होठों को देकर अपने गीत, कोई निशानी छोड़ फिर दुनिया से डोल। एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। ला 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 ला। अनहोनी पथ में कांटे लाख बिछाए, होनी तो फिर भी बिछड़ा यार मिलाए। अनहोनी पथ में कांटे लाख बिछाए, होनी तो फिर भी बिछड़ा यार मिलाए। ये बिरहा ये दूरी दो पल की मजबूरी, फिर कोई दिल वाला काहे को घबराए। करम पम धारा जो बहती है मिलके रहती है, बहती धारा बन जा फिर दुनिया से डोल। एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल। ला 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 ला।